one thing that has stuck with me that I continually used throughout the year last year and continue as well is to make sure that my students, that I give my students written directions as well as verbal directions.
Okay.
So in the past, I would spout out, boom, 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 3 verbal directions and expect the students to follow them. Now, after going through this course, I realized that some of my students are not getting those directions. And when I see them struggle, I realize, oh, wait, maybe it's just me not getting the directions across correctly. So what I've been doing is writing the directions on my whiteboard, and I'll use the markers, the different colors, or bold print or something, and that way I can refer to them as I'm giving them step-by-step directions the first time, and then the students then can look back and see where that direction 1 is, where direction 2 is, and 3, so that they're able to follow along even at their own pace, those directions. And I found that helps me as well because I'm not repeating myself 50 times. Okay, so a couple of them really, all of them, I loved every segment, really. I found something valuable in every single segment of the course. I would probably say that my eyes were open the most with the executive functioning part of the course because it enabled me to see. There's also one area where we could click on the links, I think, and see actually if a student was disorganized or had an impairment with organization, that they found the struggle in that. And then it actually took us to that link that showed the student and took you through their life, and you saw it through their eyes how that organization, how it seems to those students. And that was very eye-opening to me. And not just the organization piece, but there are a lot of pieces with in that, and I really liked that particular link. That was valuable in seeing that, as well as all of the different places that you had to go to in the executive functioning piece. And I liked how you also, there was one that we downloaded that we talked about the parents too, and how the parents were seeing their students, and there was a little check sheet, that you could even hand to parents or say, hey, have you thought about, is your, student, do you see this at home, this and this and this and this and this. I think as a teacher, the whole course really made me appreciate the students for who they are, and that also every student can learn. They're learning at their own pace. They're learning it their way, but we need to meet their needs also in delivering our instruction to meet their needs as well, so that we can help them to be successful. And I start getting teary when I see the students who are struggling, and then when I make these adaptations or make these modifications for them, and all of a sudden their eyes light up and they're like, oh my gosh, Miss Seibert, I get it, I understand it. And even for me, I'm the librarian here, so when they can go to the computer and they can search for a book and they find it on the shelf and they come up to me, I found it! I just get so excited. Like, they're able to take ownership of that. Well, I liked that it was self-directed. So I could pretty much, even though the course was scripted out, you've got your timelines within the course. I liked that the timelines were not extremely strict and that the timelines were fluid. And if life happens, because it does, as I facilitated and heard from many people, life happens, but it's okay. You can work at your own pace. You catch up. You know, it's fine. So that was a big piece in doing this course. That was really helpful to me, not just going through the course, but is also helpful to me as I facilitated the course as well, to assure those participants that it was okay, that life happened that week. You know, it's okay. You can do it. You know, you can do it next week. You can work on it. So that was a big part for me. So I know this will probably sound a little corny, but one of the pieces is learner motivation, one of those big pieces. So in learner motivation, we learned about the extrinsic, intrinsic motivation, and all of those things. So I was trying things out last year, and I ran across at the dollar store this little cone of awesome. Okay, my little green cone of awesome. And my husband, who loves the those boxes, the loot crates, and they invariably, so I've got this little treasure chest. Okay, my cone of awesome saved me last year. The tables would work to earn the cone of awesome. They would work to get the little green cone on their table. If their table had the green cone of awesome still on it by the end of library class, then they would get to pick a prize from the treasure chest. Now, I know that this is kind of the reward system. Okay, so I didn't know how it would work or whatever. But I'm telling you, even the fifth graders were buying into this. I have no idea. Like, I did not expect it to work with the older guys, but I'm telling you, this was like magic. I mean, that's one little anecdote I have that, of course, I had all the other moments, like I said before, where, I see, the students who are really struggling to complete their work, yet they're trying to stay focused and everything. And if I, maybe just go over and I hand them some kind of fidget or something that they can put in their hand because they're taking the crayon and going like this all over their paper. Maybe they need something to hold, or being there and being in tune. I think through this course, being in tune to what those students' needs are has helped me tremendously to appreciate how I can get them to learn.